Today I'm making squash soup for lunch. I love using these golden zucchini for this, but you can also use the patty pans, the yellow squash, the green zucchini, any of it works. All you need is some squash and some onions. I'm making a big pot, so that's why I need so many. We're also going to use a few other ingredients, but they're probably things you already have around the house. So these are the things you need to pick up at the farmer's market this week. We're going to start by removing the ends, both ends from the squash, and then just slicing it up into just rounds. It doesn't have to be sliced real small. Then we're going to put it in a pot of water to start it boiling. Once you have the squash chopped up, you can add chopped onion. I just kind of rough chopped it. We're going to cook it all down nice and soft, so it doesn't really have to be super small. And this is already turned on to get the water hot. I'm going to add 1 chicken bouillon cube. If you prefer to use homemade stock or chicken broth or whatever, that's fine too. Just use a little less water. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of Eastex Spice Life Drop of Veg. This is some really good stuff. You can get that at the White House Farmers Market as well. So we're going to put all that in the pot and then a little salt and pepper, stir it, and then just let it start to boil. Our squash and onions have been boiling for a while now. They're starting to get soft. They're not soft yet, but they're starting to get soft. I'm going to go ahead and add some milk. Normally I would use heavy cream, but I made ice cream the other day and used up the heavy cream, so we're just going to go with milk today. We're going to keep that boiling. Of course, it's going to cool down now, so it'll have to come back to boiling, but we'll keep simmering it for a little longer. All right, we're ready to add our last ingredient here. This one is going to kind of be a surprise to you. We're going to use instant mashed potatoes. If you prefer to use fresh potatoes, that is absolutely fine. You'll just need to chop those up and add them at the very beginning. Basically what we're doing here is adding a thickening agent, a starch. I got a pretty big pot, so I'm going to add quite a bit. I may go back in a minute and add some more, but this is going to help the squash soup to sort of thicken up. I kind of start with what I think will be enough and then go back and add more if I need to. And we're just going to keep boiling for a little while longer. I think we're going to call this done just because it's nearly 2 o'clock and we're hungry now. So we've just cooked this until the squash was nice and soft, the onions are nice and soft. Sometimes I go in with a potato masher and kind of break them up some more. Normally I would want this to get a little thicker, but again, I made a huge pot this time because I'm hoping to eat it multiple times this week. So I just didn't want to add that many potatoes to it. But there you go. There's squash soup. So there's you an idea for what to make with all the squash you're buying at market this week.